set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there, 68 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
This is Thomas. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now Thomas. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They go play action now. Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On first down, Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 81 yards. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
And he puts it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 59 yards on the ground. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Being chased out left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Wilson on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll make it third down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now Bridgewater. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game.
Get ready. White 90. White 90. Two jet. Here we go. Let's go. White 90. White 90.
Here's Bridgewater. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. On third down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Clayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Meyer. And now running right through him. A very solid gain of 27.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up the first down with a nice throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. They run with Thomas. And some room to work. Give him 14 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
On second down, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And that one results in 35 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not a particularly good return here, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football, football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. On second down, Wilson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 84 yards. From the gun, it's Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him sack. Linval Joseph able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Easy.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
Check.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And there's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete a run like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you get a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Throwing, Bridgewater, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Flushed out right. That is caught inside the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after now from Catanzaro. And things are getting good now. We're heating up, tied at 35. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That good for 19 and a first down. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run here. It's Murray. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they're able to stop them short of a first down.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Play action. It's Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't stop me. Switch up, switch up. Run left. Check three.
To throw on second down, Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They juked him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 9 on the play. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go. Tiger. Let's go. Let's go.
That was second down run for Murray. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one...
And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Here we go. 3 down.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Here's Wilson to throw, eluding the pressure right. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings. And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side. But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive? Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you. Bridgewater now on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked. On third down, Bridgewater. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On first down, Murray. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down, Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 55 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. From the gun, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in. Six yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's Wilson being chased out left. And bulldozing his way through. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. D'Anthony Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he's got Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Minnesota. And these 2 teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
He finds an opening past the 40, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Bridgewater to throw it. He finds Beckham complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Let's go. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And now here's a carry heading left. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. Doug Baldwin. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a number 1 receiver should in the NFL.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. DeAnthony Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and push it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And a nice gain at 21 yards. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Ebron caught left side. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Well, he flew past 200, 300, and 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all.
It got his man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Odell Beckham, 32 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. Nothing separating these 2 teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The first half we were treated to a lot of points. So far in the second half we've seen more of the same.
And if you play on offense, this is your kind of game. You've accumulated a whole lot of points, statistics, feeling great about things. Makes me wonder, though, halftime, defensive coordinators, defensive coaches.
Maybe nobody was listening.
Adjustments. Tell you what, you hear this sound? That's the sound of the game plan on defense for both sides. Just tear it up and throw it out. They haven't figured out anything.
They shredded it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Shift together here from the D-line. On the give, this is their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
Now he's forced out left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Trey Madden from 17 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Latavius Murray, the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, 76 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's got room. Tyler Lockett, the 40. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson going for it all. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 69 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. You got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Let's go. Tagger. Get ready.
He's back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Watch tight end. Get ready. Wide 80. Force.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right, and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. He'll look to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
Oh, it's an enormous call here. They'll go for 2. One play to keep their postseason alive.
91 is the Mike 91.
They'll try and run it in. And he will not get into the end zone. The defense makes the stop of the game on the 2-point try, and they might just get out of here with a win after all. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Defense showing blitz.
Hey.
And they take a knee. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.